I'd like to welcome back Nancy Smith from the South Carolina State Fair. Usually we're promoting the fair, but this time we're going to be talking about the exhibits because now is the time to get in on the ground floor if you'd like to submit your exhibit for the South Carolina State Fair. She's here to talk about the application process. Nancy?
Yes, Koko, thanks. And it's so always great to be with you. We're excited. Your South Carolina State Fair this year will be October the 12th through the 23rd. But like Koko just said, if you would like for everyone to come and see all the talents that I know all of you out there have to offer, you can do that starting now. July 1 through September 1, we are accepting competitive exhibits. And what that means, if you like to cook, or maybe you do some kind of woodworking or cross stitching or painting, student art, fine art, livestock, flowers, and more, you can enter that in your South Carolina State Fair, and everyone can come and see the beauty of your work.
But here's the thing, Nancy, every year it just gets so much more competitive. I mean, you know, there are some talented people in this state.
There really are. You know, we were talking about that the other day with some of our friends. We have competitive exhibitors from every county in the state represented at the state fair, but it just amazes me, you know, what some of the folks can do. I wish I was that talented. I could do some things, but boy, I was talking to someone, you know, there are generations of people that enter at your South Carolina State Fair. One of them in particular, I can remember a Canning, where there were 3 generations of folks that entered Pickle Peaches at the fair. This has been years ago, but it's just, you know, not only the joy of entering, but coming and seeing your work on display and then meeting with family and friends to show that off as well. So it's just a big part of what your South Carolina State Fair is all about.
Tell us, what is the actual process? If you want to enter your craft, what do you do?
The best thing you can do is go online at scstatefair.org. And again, the dates, you can do that through July 1 through September 1, scstatefair.org, and hit competitive exhibits there, and it will take you to the link that you need to go to and give you all the information. Things vary from different department to department, but those are the entry dates. And, you know, whether you're entering flowers or baking, baked goods or livestock, you can find everything that you need to do on there. You can do it all online. And for each department, we have a superintendent that if you have questions, you can call them and we can walk you through that. We also have someone in the office here that can help you technically if you have any questions about that. But we're doing it all online. It's gone very smoothly, and people really are, you know, we're already up and going here. And so we're really, you know, getting entries in for folks, and we're looking forward to seeing all the beautiful things that folks enter.
Now, is there an entry fee?
Just in some of the areas it is, most of them in the livestock areas, but you can check that out online as well. That would only be in the livestock areas, but otherwise, no.
And for every competition, there is a little incentive. So what's up for grabs?
You know, folks, as I said, I think the word tradition comes to mind mostly when it's up for grabs at the fair. You know, the South Carolina State Fair is all about tradition, and some of it is just that people have been entering, you know, for years, and it is a generational thing, as I just mentioned about, you know, whether you do canning every year or maybe it's cross stitch that you do. And then, of course, there are a lot of folks, the young folks that are in FFA and 4-H that enter their livestock, and it's a family tradition, you know, from the farms as well. So that's one part of it. You know, really that you can, you know, win a little bit of money, but it's really the pride of seeing your things exhibited at the South Carolina State Fair. But I think the other part of it that's really neat that we've been seeing a little bit more of as we're, you know, moving into the newer age is that we do have some, not only do we have the traditional ones, but we have folks that have thought, okay, well, you know, I'm doing a lot more, I'm growing things on my own now. You know, I'm just doing a lot of different crafts and things like that. So we're seeing some different folks, some new folks enter, which is really good as well. So a little bit of all of that in the mix of the exhibits at the South Carolina State Fair.
And Nancy, I've always been curious where you find your judges and what the criteria is for the exhibits.
That's a great question. And when you go online at scstatefair.org, you can when you enter your particular item, of course, that varies. Judging would vary from if you're entering a baked good item as opposed to a dairy cattle or a beef cattle or something like that. But all of the judging criteria is listed on the particular area that you're interested in. But we have in the livestock area, we normally have judges that are very familiar in their area area that they're judging. Some of them have judged other fairs as well for maybe like the canning and the baked goods and crocheting and sewing and things like that. Those are local folks that, are either very good with their crafts or they've been involved in like the cooperative extension and things like that have experience. Maybe they own their own shops. Every now and then we get a little celebrity to come in and help us, to get a little bit more excitement going in the judging area as well.
Again, the South Carolina State Fair taking applications now for exhibits. So if you're, in agriculture, arts, crafts, flowers, livestock, baking, whatever it is, please make sure that you enter now. You have between now and September 1st. And again, Nancy, that website people can go to.
That's scstatefair.org, and you can find it all there. And we would encourage everyone to check it out. I know there are lots of talented folks out there, so we're looking forward to seeing the fruits of your labor at this year's fair.
Nancy, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to be with you, Koko.